Go.
This chapter is talking about prepping and hosing and cleaning the outside yards. We generally bleach the yards Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll do a nice bleach coating over all the yards and then rinse them. And then the other days we just do a real thorough hosing, getting up all the hair and the urine stains and the poop stains. When we bleach the yards, we use the Ortho-Dialin spray. The setting that we use is 6 ounces, and we put it on 6 ounces, and it'll automatically give you the correct dilution of your bleach. So the first thing we do when we go through, we'll go through and we'll make sure all of the poo is picked up in the yard. There's not any stray little nuggets around. We'll pick all that up, and then we have different areas. We have some lattice down here on the ground over here, and we pick up the lattice, and then we make sure that all of the hair is picked up. So use our we have a little rake, and we just make sure that, we have a little break here, make sure all the hair is picked up. We'll rake this to make sure there's no hair left. Pick up our water bowls, dump them out, bring them inside so they can be rinsed off and washed off for tonight. Bring our extra water jugs inside. Pick up all the toys. The toys go into a special little milk crate where they are sanitized and cleaned off every day, and then we leave them in the egg crate or the milk crate overnight to dry, so they're ready and clean for in the morning. We also make sure that our poop bags are refilled. We have a poop bag station out here. We make sure that these are filled so the morning people have a full tray of poop bags. So that's done at night, and we just generally make sure all the equipment's kind of tipped up and ready to be hosed off. Once we get the raking done, we use our push broom. We'll push broom all the sidewalks and just push everything into a pile, and then scoop it up and deposit the sand back in the sandbox, and pick the hair up and throw the hair away. Make sure our garbage can gets emptied. The bag of poop gets thrown over the fence, and that's opened free and ready to be hosed off. Once we start hosing, if it's a bleach day, then obviously we get our little sprayer. We fill it with bleach, put it on 6 ounces, and we do a very thorough coating over everything in the yard. Basically, I do it from basically my shoulder down. I'll spray everything with bleach, including all of the fencing. Gets all sprayed down with bleach, and the sand also gets a heavy dose of bleach. We go over the sand, and basically every place the dogs can touch, they will touch it with the bleach and make sure everything gets a good coating of bleach. Once the bleaching is coated all over everything, and then we can go through and we can rinse the yards. When we rinse the yards, we're looking to pick up and push out all of the hair that's deposited. It's amazing how much hair dogs will leave in a day. But all along this crack, and any crack that we have here, there's generally tons of hair. So what I do is I start in one corner, and then I hose everything from that corner out. Gives you lots of chance to think and process your day. Pushing the hair all the way to the edges. And I take special note of any of the, call them skid marks, proof marks, from where it was a kind of a softer food. And a lot of times it gets during the day, it gets cemented in the sun. It kind of gets cemented on the concrete. So I'll take those proof marks. I'll make sure that I get all of those up. Attention is paid to all the dogs like to feed on the that's what we do. We just make sure every inch of the yard is covered and make sure all the urine is washed down, all the hair is washed out to the outside of your fence. And then the outside of our fence is all picked up a couple times a week. We go through with a rake and just make sure we pick up all the hair and anything that was washed outside from those things. We go through, we do that for every yard. That's how we do it. Wouldn't care about how the hose was rolled up.
You're rolling.
Rolling the hose. Make sure it's when you're done hosing, because the pressure stays in the hose and it wears the hose down much quicker. So make sure you always undo the nozzle. And then when you roll up the hose, you make sure you roll it up with no water in there, because again, the hose will keep that water pressure in there and make the hose break down quicker. Then just do a nice job rolling up the hose so it looks neat and tidy, and we're good to go. And then make sure we put all of our supplies back. Put the bleach, the brooms, everything back into where it goes, and then you're all set from hosing.